I'm DJ Jen here with Thus Love. I just want to say congratulations on being signed to Captured Tracks. I think and Enamorado, is that how I say it? Enamorado is an incredible debut track with them. There's a lot more, like, I don't know if this is the right thing to say, but it's like a lot more shoegaze sounding than your other releases, which is like right up my alley. Is it coming off of your debut record with Captured Tracks?
Yeah, yes. We can't speak of when a like full length will come out sometime around the fall. No more details beyond that, but yeah, it'll be the first.
No details you can tell us about what it sounds like or anything else.
It sounds good.
Okay, I was curious about generally, not even just about the album, your inspirations when you write music that aren't from music necessarily, like anything from film or literature or anything else that inspires your songwriting.
Definitely. I think we all have really, really wide ranges of inspiration, and like each of us as individuals coming together makes it so fantastic. Like we all have common ground, but also, it's really different. We all like jazz. Like, I'm a big Thelonious Monk fan. Like, I don't know, we love Green Day. I don't know. Sorry.
It's hard not to be inspired by, everyday life and things that we're just constantly, mixed up in and experiences that we have. I feel like that's pretty typical for like any artist, taking like where you can find inspiration, like taking it where you can get it.
Yeah. I like Green Day, by the way, for the record.
Yeah, I can definitely hear that, especially the jazz influence coming across in some of your, I guess, your earlier work now. In that line, what were some of the inspirations for the Pretty Morbid Enamorado music video? Like even just the fashion I was interested in. Echo, I really liked your baby jacket. I don't know, like who did the designs for those?
Just all of our regular clothes.
Yeah. Oh, really? I thought that you guys had like a budget or something. That's just your clothes.
Yeah.
What were your film inspirations? I don't know any film inspirations or the idea you had going into the filming and making of that music video.
Well, we had never made a music video before, and to be honest, besides where we were shooting it, there was almost no forethought. And our friends reached out, or we reached out to them because they mentioned they were coming into town, and we figured to do a music video like the next week. And we did a day of filming, and then our dear friends just kind of like took a lot of like beautiful, confident control and was just like, let's get a shot like this and let's get a shot like that. Yeah. And then a month later, they handed it to us, a finished product.
Yeah, I think it was definitely basing the music video around the location. Like Echo said, like that was sort of the focal point for us, and we knew that we wanted to build around that. And that's something that we expressed like while we were shooting it, like the focal point is the spot and us like moving around in it. And I think they really took off with that.
Yeah, right. Like what you can do in the same like 150 square feet of area. So they're like utilizing each component of the environment.
Yeah, they really just took it and ran with it.
What was the location you were shooting at, and how did you come to choose it?
It was this like back alleyway in our hometown in Brattleboro, Vermont. Yeah, just like a random alley.
Like 2 buildings down from our downtown apartment building. So it's just kind of like where we would normally smoke cigs and stuff. We're just like, this is a good spot.
And I understand that you converted your apartment to, I guess, like sort of converted half of it into a studio, or what was the process of that like?
Oh yeah. So we had like a 1-bedroom apartment. Me and Nathaniel ended up moving in there, and I like there was like an area where Luke could be and Nathaniel could be as kind of 2 separate bedrooms, and there's one kind of like hallway area that didn't really have like a separating wall, so we like put in a fake cubicle wall and some curtains, and we put like speakers and gear in there, turned a closet into an ISO booth for amps. Yeah.
And I guess speaking of Brattleboro, what's the kind of scene like with with even just not post-punk, or like what is the local scene like for you guys?
Will you sit? I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say it's really eclectic. I don't know. Coming to New York, there's like a really like, I don't know. Yeah, I'll start over. There are a lot of the freaks in Brattleboro who make up the community we would associate with, like not including a lot of the main population who are just like, I don't know, regular neo-lib moms and like people who go to the co-op and all this stuff. But like the smaller, more specific community that we associate with, who are like, you know, the freaks and the punks and the people who are part of like the DIY space we rehearse and perform at in Brattleboro, they all definitely draw a lot of like aesthetic isms and ways of life from like definitely a lot of different parts of the country. Like a lot of them spend a lot of time in New Orleans and Washington. I don't know. I don't want to say it's like hippie because I think everybody there would frown upon that title. But for anyone who's like from New York and hasn't spent a lot of time in the woods, that's probably what they would say.
Yeah.
But it's very not accurate in terms of like a genuine description, you know.
Were you all born and raised in Brattleboro?
I pretty much was, yeah.
Where are you two from?
We're both from Vermont, but just like different parts of it, not too far away.
Yeah, Echo and I moved to Brattleboro. I moved for school, and then I think you moved like probably a year or two after I moved to Brattleboro for school. So we all just sort of, Brattleboro's a small town. We just happened on each other, you know?
Are there any other bands from, I guess, that scene that you'd like to shout out specifically?
Lana. LAHNAH. They are mostly Portland, Maine focused now and based. But they are our best of friends and a really kick-ass band. Yeah, taught us a lot. They, unlike us, have released like infinite music. They like release a new album every 6 months. It's very impressive. But yeah, they're like the one other like Brattleboro adjacent band.
And did you have someone? Lou,
yeah.
Did you have someone?
Yeah, his project is If Not I, Then Who Then? ? Jonas Fricka, he's a gem and a main proprietor of like art spaces in Brattleboro.
I think I'm going to end this on a pretty cliche band name question, but something I just wanted to ask ever since I learned of your band name. It sounds to me like a pretty laconic and hopeful mission statement. Is that your intention, or is it from like a quote or something?
In terms of the band name?
Yeah.
Yes, but I think by coincidence.
Yeah.
I think the name came about more like verbally, and then I think like people can find a lot of meaning in it, but like the joy of how a word sounds as opposed to what it means, I think is applicable to it.
But I do think we also all hold that ideology of, you know, loving and respecting one another and sharing that respect with as many people as we can and trying to uplift everyone, you know? So I definitely think in a way like the name grew around us, but we also grew around the name at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
I just realized I skipped ahead of a question, so this is actually my final question, but it is, I guess, totally appropriate. You guys, I think self-label yourselves as a queer band. How does it feel to be pretty atypically a trans and queer band in the world of post-punk today as we know it?
It feels like good, but almost kind of like harder for like people to take you seriously, because I feel like post-punk as a genre is so like cis male dominated. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. We just have to kind of like show up and like play really fucking hard and really fucking good for people to like respect us.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, you're sick like after we play.
Yeah.
Before we play, they're like, I don't know if you can use our bass amp.
Right. Yeah. It's just I feel like we like the music world is like already pretty competitive, but like it feels like we have to like work harder to like prove ourselves in like this industry. Yes.
It can also get frustrating going into any sort of venue scenario where we're about to play and just having our identities like sort of be in question from the moment we enter. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people in music are very like, oh, dude, bro, that's right, man. Oh, like this guy here.
Right. So you like have to start from scratch at every gig.
It's
It's pretty exhausting.
yeah, being queer is something that is like sort of at the forefront all the time because it just is coming up constantly in those little ways.
That's why we love our hometown Brattleboro so damn much, because we have a community that knows us.
Yeah.
Right, I appreciate you telling me all this and also appreciate this entire interview. I'm going to be disappointed that I'm missing your set tonight because my show is on, it will be broadcasting this interview as you guys are playing. I wanted to say thank you so much for speaking with me today. It was really great speaking with you all.
Thanks so much.
Have a great session.